Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, there's your sister, and today we're going to be discussing in the talk show who's going to be the next main character, the protagonist of the next Hollow Knight game, or Hollow Knight 3. The popular opinion is that the main character is going to be Lace. Like she had a similar introduction to Hornet that she started out as a bad guy and then a good guy that helps you out in like the end and then the bad guy again. Spoiler alert. It's a very complicated character, but but something that you need to remember is that the Hollow Knight has Hollow in his name and and Lace is not from Hollowness, so she can't be the Hollow Knight because she's not even related to the Pale King. Well, I guess they could just have her if they really want to make Lace the Hollow Knight. I guess they could have her off screen, do nice stuff in Hollowness, and then get knighted there by the Pale Lady who's still alive and well, just sealed away and stuff. So that would be the only way that Lace could become the Hollow Knight of the next game, or heck, the next Hollow Knight game can all be about Lace's journey into becoming the a knight for Hollowness. I mean, cause Hollowness is in shambles, so maybe she helps to rebuild it, cause reasons. And then Hornet in the game, since she's Twilight, she just plays like a background role. Another person that could be the Hollow Knight of the next video game is the final boss of the first game, the Hollow the Hollow Knight. Like there's the small little chibi Hollow Knight that's ghost, but then there's the other but then there's like well, he's actually the younger brother of the, well, same age as the other silly guy. Okay, I'm divagating. Like like Hornet, he's also like the child of the Pale King, and he's the original Hollow Knight. So why not have the game feature him as the main character? It said that he'll be missing an arm and stuff, or maybe he regrew it, or maybe he could have a mechanical arm, a la Sekiro, since in Part Loon they introduced clockwork machinery. It would be an interesting game mechanic if they went Sekiro with the Hollow Knight, and then Lace installs or Hornet installs on the Hollow Knight like a mechanical armor, and then it's him using various arms and tools as part of like the as part of the, just for the Hollow Knight to go full blown Sekiro. And then part of the challenge of the game will be to dodge around but your main character is like huge. So then he's stronger, but he's like a huge hitbox. Or maybe just get even bigger box, and then he's small in comparison to his enemies, which is another way that they could go. Which is another way that they could go around making the enemies bigger than the main guy. Just make them even bigger, because it's like a full-grown Hollow Knight. And then like that, all three of the Hollow Knight games will feature the three children of the Pale King, and then the title of the Hollow Knight will make sense. A less obvious Hollow Knight for the next video game is actually the Grimmchild, which is right over here. And the Grimmchild, he's a child that was created when through a ritual between the small ghost Chibi Knight and Nightmare Grimm. Both of them produce a child. So since the Grimmchild is related to the Shibinai, that makes him indirectly a Knight of Hollowness, because he's the grandchild of the Pale King indirectly. So then, how the video game will work is that a much bigger Grimmchild is like traveling around with like the green troops, and then suddenly they get attacked by like the final boss and stuff, and then his troops scattered. So then the video game could be formulated around him gathering the people again, and then then growing stronger in order to go fight like the final boss and stuff. And I guess the way so while Hornet and the Shivi Knight would enter people's dreams, the Grimmchild, he could enter people's nightmares in order to like grow, in order to as a source of his strength, and also devouring the flames. Make it a la vampire, like the vampire game. Like the other person that will make a good main character for the next Hollow Knight game is well, actually just the one that I would like for the next game. Whether it makes sense or not is Shankra, the map maker. So then instead of you having to go buy your maps, no, you are the map maker. And it would also highlight the interesting extra challenge of like that your main character is a little taller, so then she has like a bigger hitbox. So then you just gotta figure out how to like dodge around them. But she also has a bit more added strength and more acrobatic and stuff. But yeah, but that's just mostly things to consider. Like the other option that they could have with the main characters of the Hollow Knight is just to do like Castlevania 3, and then just yeah, I think it was Castlevania 3. It's just to have them just to do all of the above. And, having instead of one main character, have like four or three or just two, because in Hollow Knight Silksong they already experimented with like form changes and like having the main character fight in different style. So the next natural evolution of that would be to have multiple main characters that you can swap around with, and whenever you rest in the bench, or they can go 100% little Samsung, and then you have an item that allows you to switch between them on the fly in battle. So you can fight the first stage of the boss with one guy, and then you swap to the other guy, and then you have them all sharing either the same HP bar or having them all have different amount of HP, and some can take more hits but are slower, while others are more maneuverability, but they're little glass cannon. Just go 100% Bloodstained Curse of the Moon Castlevania 3 with it. But yeah, that's just my idea. So what the next Silks oh no, not Silks, what the next Hollow Knight game is gonna be like. I hope you find my speculations amusing. Bye bye and God bless.